Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey to everybody who watching, everybody who come in. Hey, hey, hey to everybody who rewatch it. I never go live this late at night. I don't. But one, I couldn't let them having a bad eye day. Ugh. I had this incident with a chip and it went in my gum where I got my wisdom tooth took out years ago. Oh, it went right in there into the gum, but it cut the gum. And the chip isn't in my gum or anything, but so it's swelled up on top of the tooth, my gum on top of the tooth next to it. So now I'm on antibiotics and painkillers, but I promise y'all, if the painkillers even wear off, that pain is like nerve pain. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Talk about something that could break you down. But it just reminded me of how easy. Look, I got tissue in my ear right now because there's a pressure feeling on my ear because of it. Oh yeah, I can't talk. And now I'm up late. It was like I can't let Pajama Jammy Sunday in. I'm gonna take these off and hopefully my eyes make it through the thing. I got a doctor's appointment in the morning, but anyway, my eye has been pretty good today. I'm not even gonna lie. Can't complain. It's been pretty good today. So, um, what's been a problem today is over, y'all. This gum. Oh, but this right now is good. So look, my face is even a little swollen. You can see the line where it's swollen over there. Oh, man. But yeah, just remind me how one day you could be just fine, and the next day you could be wishing you was just like you was yesterday. But how the day before that, you would have wanted to be anywhere or anybody else but you. It's like, oh, okay. It's just a reminder. Maybe just for me. That's the only person who, when things come, you have them moments, them breaking moments are usually the breaking moments for me. I'm not sitting out thinking like that. Like even yesterday, I had to uh, get off my live because one, my doctor didn't come to, I have nothing to hide if I'm showing it. But my doctor didn't sign up for it. So, but anyway, but I want to make something clear in case it wasn't made clear. Some of the things that we subjected to watch, some of the things that have thousands of views, millions of views, are some of the things that make this place a place where you never want to fight fair. It's one of those places. Hey, Marianne. Hey, sis. Love, sis. But, most of the things that we see on here reminds me of why I check somebody in a minute, why you got your guards up, why you built walls up, why you don't want to tell nobody what's going on, because you're scared that one day they're going to use what you going through against you. But it's like, how you going to use against me what I went through? But people will do it. So, hey, VT, hey, VT, hey. And so I want to make it very clear that in most of the things I watched were just speaking on that night. In that night, there were a few things I did not agree with. And I just want to make this clear, Maria, so you hear me when I say this. I do not agree with if Amber, JoJo, Bobo, Dink Dink, any of them, anybody said that to somebody. But at the same time, like most things that's going on in here, it's like, that's not what I'm speaking on, because to keep speaking on that, like, is going to do what? A lot of this shit is messed up. And there's no, like I said, there's no rule. The gloves are out. That's why I don't even fight that way, period. because I know once I do, the gloves are off. Can't nobody come tell me, oh, well, you went too far here. We already went too far. We already in the deep end. And that's nothing against nobody. It's just making sure that you understand that when it comes to me, an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. Everywhere. The moment I allow you to do this here, it makes somebody else think they can and somebody else think they can, and they will. And you look up and it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's like every drug. That's how you got drug epidemics. It's like every. Don't get me started. And so that's nothing against nobody. And I know when you were saying that, you were just asking it as a question. So I just wanted to make sure because I missed it. And when I watched on a replay back, I saw it. And I said, I want to make sure I wasn't ignoring it. Because, see, everything I'm up here saying isn't false. I'm flawed like every other human. But I'm honest. And in my honesty, I can say, like, hey, it's real hard to watch something and just point my finger at one person. But what I can promise is I'm going to give everybody the same thing. And that's respect until something's different. I'm not sitting here and telling you when you're dissing me, dogging me, treating me like trash. I'm going to be sitting in back. I'm not. I'm going to move around. Hopefully we could just, move around peacefully. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But otherwise, if we don't, then like I said, I'm flawed. And I'm above nothing. And that's not to nobody. That's just speaking generally. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes when you out here, you're so worried about somebody think you talking about them. I'm pretty transparent. I'm pretty direct. And direct don't make you tough. It just means at least I'm honest enough to say what I'm saying. Say what I mean to say. Say what come from my heart. Say what I believe. Say, you know what I mean? At least I can do that. But outside of that, I just, like I said, these last couple of days, I've been kind of out. Ever since that chip went in my tooth, it's been a little off. Then yesterday, when I was there, I'm like, wait, let me have them check on that because it's been really bothering me. And I'm so glad because it seemed like it got worse after that. But that my eye was off. Then I got to stitch out my eye, so I go tomorrow. But like I said, tomorrow I can't wait to see what's going on and what's the plan. That's something I'm excited about. Hey, Eagles. Hey, King. I love when the Kings are in the building. Let me tell you something. When you have a respect for just human people, that at the end of the night, when we take away the color, the look, the money, the everything, we have the same organs. And if you don't, because of the blessing of somebody who made it, you have things that work the same way, which at the end of the night means we're the same. When we love people and lose them, we hurt. When we can't do, we hurt. When we don't have enough, we hurt. So when I think about us as the human race, I think it's not much we different in. The difference is the paths we got. From the day we came out the womb to the day we go to the tomb. It's just that road. That's the difference. But you know what I say all the time? We ended up here together. Hey, VT, don't know what road you took, but what I know is we here together. Right now. Mary Ann, we here together. Eagles, we here together. That's what I know. I don't know what happened in betwixt, what happened in between. But what I know is right here, we here together. And sometimes it's nothing wrong with saying, I'm so glad we at this point together. I am. I am. I am. I remember when I used to love to tell people like how I felt. And then I remember being hurt with your heart and thinking like I just don't want to be that open. Then as life keeps going on, these bigger walls come in my communication of love. And then one day somebody pushed the brick out and I started feeling love again. And the more I felt it, the more I knew like when I see people and they acting a fool, you know what I'm usually thinking? Man, they need love. They need love, real love. I'm not talking about that good time love. You know that love. I'm talking about that love. You feel it. You feel it. You know it's real. It changes things. And that's why, you know what? Before the world could introduce me to y'all, and introduce me to people on the streets, everywhere else, they were just giving love. In this cold world, in a time when you want to give somebody a black eye, they was giving love. It started when I started loving me. The more I loved me, there was something in me. The better in me. I tell you all the time, I don't knock no religion. I don't knock the way you get there. I'm a spiritual being, not definitely believe in God, you know. And then there's this oxy in it because when it comes to religion, I'd say, oh, I believe in Jesus. But what I believe is God lives in each and every one of us. And that's the only way he's going to touch every corner of the world. But he lives in us. And that's why you got that choice. It's free. And this is the only choice that I've made that I knew like I'm doing it right. I'm choosing to do it the right way. I'm choosing to move with love. Hey, that's cool. You don't want it. You don't need it. You don't see it. That's cool. I'm just gonna make a place that you can know you can come get it. I'm gonna make a place where my word gonna be my bond for real. I'm gonna make a place where you gonna know, man, you gonna say I'm trying to build everybody. And I am truly building me up. And in it, I'm giving you me for real, my heart. I'm looking past everything else, the supernatural that everybody else looking for. I'm looking past that. That's why I tell people, your name on here could be Boogie Snook shit. And you come up in here and we talk and we laugh and everything else. I'm feeling the energy of the person that's actually sitting here typing this or talking this. And like I said, so when I'm like, hey, look out for Boogie Snook. They said they was, they was feeling a little under the weather today. The universe, the higher beings, they know who Snooky Book is. Even if I'm trying to figure it out forever. For anybody ever looking into somebody, the universe know who they are. But let me get in this doggone chat so I can do some speaking, some giving out some love, and some seeing what y'all saying. You know I can't read it on the computer. No, I can't. No, I can't. That's what I'm telling you. Sometimes you be trying to do the right thing, and somebody telling you why it should be wrong, why they won't do the right thing, why they ain't gonna do it. Like that's good, cause remember, my path is mine. The person I gotta answer for, the person who I'm responsible for is me. It's me. So I'm responsible for if I'm gonna do it. And what I'm saying is, I'm trying not to do it no more. And it's a step by step process. I love to tell you it's day by day, but I'd be lying because that means I didn't go outside. I didn't answer the phone. I didn't watch the news. I didn't read a chat. I didn't watch no YouTube because all that mess with the emotions of how you feel about life, what you thinking about this world. You know what I mean? Imagine if you ran from the news in the real world to get on YouTube because you just wanted to get away from all that nonsense. Then you got on here and it was that times 10. It was that if you wanted it, if you didn't want it. For some people, it'll make them be like, oh, that's the straw that broke the camel's back. I can't take the weight no more. It's too heavy. Mm-mm. 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 And I think when I think of myself, I think, well, I want to be able to go everywhere. So it's known that I didn't come for anything, but I'm going to shine this same light everywhere I go. This ain't the light for here. This is not the light for just when I'm on the camera. This is the light. There's not a somebody action. Turn the light on. Turn the light on. Danny's here. And then when I go into the world, everything I'm saying is not. No, like I said, I'm proud. Yes, of course. But this is exactly who I am. I just have a camera on. And half of the stuff I'm saying when I come on camera is the stuff that's going through my head regularly, or I be holding a conversation about it somewhere else. Because I can talk to y'all. I can be real with you. And I've learned to surround myself only with that. I'm not on nothing else. I don't know about y'all, but in my darkest moments, all I thought about was love and laughter. And just remembering when I thought about being excited about tomorrow, not just living in today. So if I'm saying I want to make a clubhouse that's doing that, but since we grown, we're not in clubhouses no more. We in kingdoms. We in mansions. We in homes. You know what I mean? So for that, that's why I'm like, oh, I'll make that place. I'll make a place you can do that. You know how when you go to the barber shop, you talk about anything, and nobody going in there to fight about it. In the beauty shop, they not, girl, we not fighting about it. We talking about everything, girl. You talking about people's kids, you talking about people's marriages, you talking about people's home. But it's not. You just call that like, look, we gonna call it keying, honey, because no one's gonna watch what's going on around them and not talk about it. I don't care if you talk about it to people who don't know who it is. You gonna talk about it. You gonna talk about it. Let's just talk about it like grown-ups, like people on the throne. You know what I mean? Because some stuff, if you really on the throne, we ain't even gonna talk about. We don't need to say it. We stand for it. I don't need to say it. It's who I am. I ain't called none of y'all up to check damn person about what they said or done. Yo, this'll convict you one day for all of us. You know what I mean? What heaven or hell I got to send anybody to? What jail? What? What? I ain't got nothing to. I don't got an emergency boat. I'm in the Titanic. I got thousands of people here. I got 10 boats. You know what I mean? No, I just, which means I don't have enough. And if I don't have enough for everybody, I'm like when you was a kid and you came to school, they said, if you don't have enough for everybody, then don't bring it. I got enough love for everybody. Everybody who giving love, who want love, who in here showing love. I got nothing but love for you. I got, man, and it walk outside these walls. It walk in the other chats I see you in. It walk when I just see your name come up because somebody done click they button and your comment came up. I saw your name. It's not fake. It's from my heart. It's gonna reach yours. It's gonna reach yours. And for the people whose heart is closed, it's gonna make theirs angry. You know why? Because just like me, it's going to remind them of when that thing felt. And when it was letting love in and somebody hurt them. And when it was giving love out and somebody rejected them. So I understand. I respect. Nothing but respect. Nothing but love with it. None. I got nothing but love. I got nothing but love. That's what I tell people. I got no enemies. I got no enemies. Because one of the worst part about me, I get some enemies. The hate in me start coming out. I ain't got no enemies. Because I ain't got no hate to give you. I could dislike. I could hate your actions. I ain't got no hate for nobody. Even if we start talking about the worst things in the world, I got hate for the thing they doing. I got hate that even in the bad, this was their purpose. This is what they gonna be known for. Cause you gotta remember, in everything all us do, something's gonna be what people thought was, oh, I guess that's what you stand for. So it must have been your purpose. I don't want it to be some old funky stank ball stuff. I want people who know me. Wait, people from who related to me, the blood know me. To the people that know me, and they ain't no blood. To the people that ain't never met me, to know one thing: she gave love. She kept it a buck. You know, but so you know what that means? That's who I was. That wasn't who I was for Tommy and Bobby, but Sarah and them. They was like, I didn't even know the bitch like people. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. I want everybody to say no. Danny was the type that when she mess with you, she mess with you hard. And when she don't, she just don't at all. Before it used to be, then I messed with you just as hard as I messed with you. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't care no more. Because then it's not me getting you. You got me. You got me wrapped up in my emotions. You got me wrapped up in you. You got me wrapped up in some bullshit. No, I'm good. I'm good. Most of my biggest downfalls was trying to hold people accountable and not taking care of me, not making sure I was okay. Not, you know what I mean? My daughter would have made me okay. Didn't make me okay. You know, it made me gravy, but it didn't make me okay. It's just like going to get plastic surgery or a boob job or anything like that, anything that's cosmetic, and still feeling like that thing that you were trying to run from. Not because you just said, you know what, I want it because I want it. It's because you thought it would be better. Nah. And I'm back to what's better for me. And that's the love. When the love's in the building, I grow. And I think you're not the only one. You're not the only one that grow like that. You're not the only person feel like they screaming and nothing's coming out. You're not the only one who think when you stop holding me for my mistakes, can you see me? Because when you do, what you'll see was maybe these weren't mistakes. I was protecting me, or you know what I mean? You'll learn me. And maybe you won't. And you just love me and won't even care to know. You never know. You never know. You never know. Let me see what y'all saying, because I said that and I still can't say nothing to my people. And I'm not like that, you know? You know, I'm not like that. As I already feel naked out here, y'all. I already feel naked out here. You know what I mean? It's late. I didn't want to, my mom's making me sleep, you know. they got things to do. So I came out here and you know what I said? We was gonna mod ourselves. I wasn't even gonna mention it. Because see, in the kingdom, you don't have to, you know what I mean? You don't have to stop everybody at the door. You ever been somewhere and somebody feel like they gotta tell you the rules, you think, I just read them when I walked in. But because it's people that's gonna come in sometimes and act like, they don't know how to close the door behind them. They don't know how to wipe their feet off or take their shoes off if they was just walking through the snow. They say, well, it don't snow where I'm at. Well, it snow right here. It snow right here, so take your shoes off. But I learned when you give respect, respect is given. Respect is given because I don't have to. You come in like you checking people. Who I'm checking? I can't check nobody I ain't birthed, paid for, or sleeping with. How am I checking you? Because if I'm loving you, checking you, the last thing I want to do. Offending you, the last thing I want to do. You know what I mean? But I don't want to offend me neither, so I want to make sure we good. So I know we all good, I've heard. See, another reason for me not to read these comments, y'all. Let me see what y'all saying. Hey, Z. I'm good. I'm good, Eagles. Good to see you too. It was late. I didn't even know if anybody was gonna come on. But I said, you know what? I'm not doing an upload. I'm gonna do it live. And that way, if anybody up, they come in. I'm not gonna stay on all night or nothing. And if I ended up doing it, that's how it was. I always think the truth of the matter is some of the longest lives you'll watch, unless it was their intention to just go live, all night, or that's they say they were pulling. Most times people come on and it's just whatever. It could have got deep, it could have got dramatic, it could have got, you know what I mean? Anything. Could have got to some great music or whatever they was doing. It's your choice. It's your choice. You do what you want to do. But I truly was like, I have to come on for Pajama Jammy. I have to come on. I have to see y'all. I wish I could have came on earlier. Yeah. It says Trick Mama. Hey, Trick Mama. But yeah, today, like I said, it's been a day. So, in case anybody didn't see my live yesterday, so a couple of days ago, I was eating some old good old chips, honey. And look, I still got another bag full. There's two of them, and I was eating some guacamole. And one of the chips went in to my gum. So when I said, oh, like a piece of the chip. I said, ah. So then I went and rinsed my mouth to make sure. And I was like, oh, that hurt so bad. The next day, it was kind of tender and it hurt a little bit. It was a little sore. But I was like, oh, you know what? It's not that bad. The following day, it was bad. I'm like, oh, it really hurts. So yesterday, when I was going about my eye, my mouth hurts so bad over there. I'm like, it's like somebody done rocked me in my jaw, but somehow managed to give me nerve damage. Like, it hurts so bad. Like, why does it hurt this bad? So when I went, I definitely was like, oh, check on that. So they looked and it was like, well, there's no chip in there. I was like, well, I kept rinsing, so I knew nothing would be in there because I didn't want that. But I definitely punctured where my wisdom tooth used to be. So I definitely had punctured it, and that it had swollen and it was over the tooth next to it. So that's why every time I bite down, no matter what side, so even if I'm not chewing on the side, it hurts, it's still like, ooh, ooh, mm. I took a sip of ice cold water and I almost wanted to just pass out. Like, how something hurts so bad, you just like, I want to faint. I've had that kind of pain where I'm like, I'm about to pass out. So anyway, so this morning, so yesterday, then when they put it in the prescription, when I leave, it's like 4:00 finally, 4:30. When I leave, they put in prescription. Walgreens like an hour and a half. I'm like, okay, I'm on public transportation. You know what I mean? I am, it's the weekend. I just, I'll pick it up in the morning. You know what I mean? When I come out this way. Last night was terrible. Oh my God, last night was terrible. Oh my God. It was like heifer, if you don't go get me those painkillers, if you don't, and I really don't even like to have to take painkillers. That's why I was on some, So this lady's like, I'm telling you, I live by this. When I have a bad tooth pain, I take a Advil and I let it dissolve on my tooth. Now, this brought like a temporary pain, relief, but that old little 200 Advil was like giving that to in a IV to a pregnant woman when she was in contractions. Oh my goodness, it was nothing. Oh my good. Oh yeah. So this morning I get the antibiotics and I get the because my doctor like, well, it's not infected, but just in case, since you said this happened 3 days ago, let's just make sure because it's swelling. So just to make sure, and I'm gonna give you these ibuprofen 800s just to make sure, for the pain and it, for the swelling, blah blah. Y'all, when I went to Walgreens this morning, I almost wanted to just fall over the counter and tell the pharmacist, like, give me some other shit that has nothing to do with what I'm coming to pick up because I just need this pain to go away, go away. And when the pain is at its climax, even when you take something, you want to take something else. You know what I mean? Because you're thinking it's not working. I don't feel anything. Like, can I take two of these? And I'm like, no. And so, like I said, but it's been a day like that. And it's been, then you're paranoid to take something earlier than you need to because you're like, I don't want that pain to come back. So I've been fighting that all day and making sure I'm like steps ahead. And I went and got this kid, and it's called toothache, and it's like this oil, and you can put it on. So it's kind of almost like a Oragel, but it's oil, so it comes with like this little tweezer, these little cotton balls, and you dip it in there. You put that on there, and in between that, I'm taking the ibuprofen, and then I'm like, I just have to. I'm rinsing my mouth with peroxide, like anything, and I'm scared to eat, and that's the worst part. All day, I have been petrified to eat, but I have been taking painkillers and antibiotics all day. Well, not all day. I take the antibiotics every 8 hours, but yeah, I'm like, oh, this is going to be so bad on my stomach. Oh, I'm so scared to eat. I'm so scared to eat, y'all. So that's the kind of day I've been having today. And I was like, oh, let me come on here and talk to my papers. Because every part of me now is hungry and it's like ready to eat and eat everything. But then I'm so scared that the moment I'm not worried about when I'm finished going to rinse my mouth to make sure there's nothing, so nothing goes over there. Whereas it's just worried about eat anything. So I tried to eat some soup earlier, right? So I went in and I worked my couple of hours for the day on Sunday. And I went on my break and I was like, I'm gonna just do soup because I'm too nervous to eat. And I went, now you got, and I got this little soup. And I took a little spoon of it in, and the heat hit my, my gum back there. Y'all, I only had an hour left. I'm taking a little 15 minutes. I was ready to go. Like, because, and I thought, oh, it's about to kick in. But luckily, because I was on the painkillers, it kicked in for like a minute straight, but then it stopped. Oh, y'all know when the tooth hurt, you feel like it hurts in your ear, but it's not my tooth. See what it is? It's my gum, but so it makes it feel like I can feel it all day. I don't even want to talk about the pain because I'm not in it. And it's like, when you've been in a lot of pain, you get out of it. You'll tell the story, but I don't even want to talk about the pain part of it too much because you be like, It's just like people talk about death too much. Like, okay, you know what? Let's talk about living because I've been through that enough. Don't want to talk about it when I don't have to. Really, that's how I am. I'm speaking for me. Oh yeah, you'll remember that name. That's Trick Mama. I know. I know. And that's why I said I was gonna come on. I had to just come on before it was midnight. I usually don't do the late night swang bangs because I treat it just like I treat, the hoods and the streets when you're moving through them. You gotta know that at nighttime it belongs to whatever wars, whatever's going on, that type of stuff. So if you ain't going there to purchase something, if you ain't going there because you live there, if you know, then people gonna be wondering who are you and why are you there. So when you out late at night and people, even if you just on the road, you don't have to be going to the hood. If somebody could be driving past you and think, oh, you by yourself. So sometimes it's just a time to be laying low and relaxing. So no matter what you're doing, it's chill. And so when I'm getting ready for bed, everything I do got to be chill. What I'm watching got to be funny. What I'm talking about got to be, good. You know what I mean? Even if somebody called me and they was going through something before I was going to bed and I was talking to them, then we got to end this positively. We got to end this laugh and we got to end this with a plan. Even if the plan is, every night call me at this time because I'm going to make sure you know what I mean? We got to go. We got to have a plan, but it's got to be positive. I don't go to bed after no fight. I don't go to bed after I watch a scary movie. I don't go to bed watching some old messy, nasty, disrespectful. You know how you know something disrespectful when you be thinking stuff like, man, I wish that motherfucker was saying that to me. And look, and the other side of that is that's how you know you disrespectful because you sitting there thinking, I wish they was getting into what and you almost waiting. So now if you ever in a chat, a room, a job with that person, hey, they won't even be trying to get into it with you and you ready. They ain't even say nothing. They'll move their arm and be reaching and they was actually reach for something over here. You ready. You ready because your mind thinking they get 1 inch close, so I'm stealing them. They look one more way this way, I'm roasting them. Some old, hey, you think, dang, you. What you saying, VTC is? Okay. Yes. Hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for y'all love. Thanks for y'all support. How was everybody's day, though? How was everybody's day? I know we winding it down. Winding it down. How was your day? I hope it was good. I really do. You think, you think, but I promise you, and for me, it's all year round. It's the sun when it comes to my eyes. It truly is. The chip situation is like a freak accident. You know what I mean? It really is. It's a freak accident. But the good thing is that my primary doctor is always gonna be on top of things. And so I was so glad because I'm like, oh, the last thing I want is to end up having an infection because I done ate a chip and then cut my gum because I done broke through the gum with let's thinking about it. And the worst part is I'm like, Danny, it's hard for me to believe. And this is what I'm saying to myself, y'all. Danny, it's hard for me to believe that you'll never eat a tortilla chip again. Like lies, lies. I'd be lying. I'd be lying. But right now, while I'm going through this, man, it's taking everything out of me not to just be like, anybody randomly just want this closed bag of chips. But then I know as soon as I got them away, I'd be like, let me run to the store and go get some of them tortilla chips in case, one time. Because first of all, most of the things scratch that. I'm honest with y'all. I'm a buck with y'all. 100% of the things I eat right now, especially while I'm in the hotel, are comfort foods. My comfort snacks, my happy places. Those are the things I eat all the time because it lets me know I'm in a. It's a. It's a comfort food. That's as far as we're going. I'm an emotional eater. I'm a, you know what I mean? I'm an emotional eater. I'm a foodie because I love food. And I love the whole thought of someone preparing food for you from their heart. So I'm all about breaking bread. So I love food. I love food. I love food. I do. I do. So imagine how I feel today, not eating all day. I work with food. I don't cook or nothing, but you know what I mean? I work at a restaurant that makes food that I want. So I'm like, and me not be able to eat it? And I used to be such a finicky eater, y'all. I promise you. My food couldn't touch each other. And if it did, the parts that touched, I couldn't even eat. My idea of eating seafood was eating popcorn shrimp. No joke. That was as deep in catfish. That was as deep as, and the catfish had to be fried, never baked. Like, that was as deep as it got. And when I had my surgery, where I had to have, you know what I mean, my intestines actually, I had got a real bad hernia from my surgeries and having them, first of all, when I was so young that I broke my abdominal wall. And so my hernia came out so far. And if I was real full or if it was a bad time when my hernia was coming out, it was like aliens. No joke. That's how it like, well, it wasn't as big as alien, but like this much. And anyway, it got entangled. And so when I had this surgery after that, and my doctor started telling me about, your stomach is going to let you know what you can and can't eat. You know what I mean? Because I was like, what can I eat? And he's like, my stomach was going to let me know what I could and couldn't eat. You know what I mean? But that, and I just changed. I started wanting to taste food. I started watching like Hell's Kitchen all the time. I started watching different things about food and being into them, but they had to be entertaining shows at the same time. But I started getting into that, grill masters and all that. And I was like, I just want to try different things. And that's why I started getting into stuff. And that's why I tell people like mushrooms, I would have never ate them. All that green pepper, all that stuff, and that, nah, I was never with it. Garlic, oh. I'm like, were we catching vampires or something? Like, what, why, but now, garlic, my best friend. Mushroom, oh, forget about it. Forget about it. But pasta always been it. Me and pasta got I need to start making pasta because then it'll be better for you. It's this processed pasta that makes it worse for you. But pasta, and then I love bread. Let's not talk about all these guilty pleasures, okay? I'm turning my stomach on. Is that my Gracie? Hey, sis. How you doing today, Gracie? Homemade pasta. See, homemade, this is the bad part. When you go somewhere and you go to somebody's house or whatever, and they got homemade pasta, or somebody brings a dish and it's homemade pasta, then you go home and you make some old box pasta. You be like, oh, I feel like somebody's giving me jailhouse food. It's just like when you eat fresh, like, when you get on your fresh kick, you like, if somebody bring that frozen old stango processed, can't, like, I don't eat canned, man, I'd be lying to say I don't eat them at all, but I probably eat canned vegetables on, I had them and I just, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm putting this in some, not drained them and I'm putting it in something. But other than that, I don't really mess with canned vegetables at all. I love fresh vegetables. And once you get into fresh, the bad part about fresh vegetables is you can't, like with canned goods, you could buy them and they can last a couple of weeks, or you'll go to the grocery store a few times, you'll still have some canned goods. You always get canned goods. And you should always have canned goods. Every person, I don't care how rich you are, I don't care how poor you are, you should always have canned goods because you never know what can happen. And the way the world moves and the things that happen with us, you should definitely keep some canned goods. You know what I mean? Some perishable foods in your home at all times in the plan, all times. Some cases of water that you don't touch. You should always do that. That should always be something you do. So if every time you go to the store, you buy 3 cases of water, buy 4 and put that fourth one up. So one day, if something ever should be, you're ready. At least as ready as you can be. You know what I mean? It's just like when you're gonna lose somebody, you as ready as you can be. And no matter how much you prepared and planned, if the doctor came and told you they got exactly 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 16 seconds, you couldn't prepare enough. So just do something. So that's what I'm saying. But outside of that, on some regular stuff, yeah, I'm fresh vegetables. So I'd rather, I used to say, I can't stand when people go to the store every couple of days, but I'd rather be that person because with fresh vegetables and fresh fruit, they go bad kind of fast. So if you're not using them real quick, so now you're running through them and you got to get some more because otherwise, the first part of it'll be good and the second part will be where we're trying to rush through it. We making smoothies, we doing all kind of stuff because because it's going bad. It's going bad. It's going bad fast. The ship is sinking quick with the fresh stuff. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. You know what, Grace? I feel like sometimes, here's one thing. I know my life is in a transition and that there's a point where it's just, you know what I mean? That's when it's my time. And so, because sometimes I swear you think, oh, we just this close, and then it'll be this, or it'll be that, or it'll be this, no matter what it is. And you always think, especially when you are broke, you always think like if you have money, it's just the answer to everything. But first of all, you gotta have like that long elite money, like you know what I mean. You're in the billion damn near status to really for it to be like that. But other than that, yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here, me and me. You know what I mean? Always, but me and me, of course. And then it actually becomes like real financial, like where you're like, God, this is a lot of wasted money. And then whenever you think of wasted, not wasted money, because see, I have to take that out because that's sometimes why we're not grateful for what we have. Because well, we always thinking about how what we have isn't enough. For this moment, it is enough because what I need at this moment is a place I can have my dog, a place that I have a roof over my head, I have air. You know what I mean? Because we in the summer, and if it was hot, I mean cold, I'd have heat. A place where I have Wi-Fi that works when it wants to. You know what I mean? A place where I'm not in someone else's or having to be a part or bring my dog into a part of theirs. I'm in something that is just us. You know what I mean? It's our place while we're renting for the time. You know what I mean? So I hate not having a kitchen. I hate that part because I love to cook. So I hate that part of it. But other than that, it's all a blessing. It's all a blessing. I'm right next to transportation. I'm able to move. Things in my life have only gotten better with me mentally, with me so other than that, but I'm definitely ready. Definitely ready. But I'm so glad that like most things in my life, I'm not just jumping into something and just saying, you know what, because this isn't going through or because that one wasn't or somebody else got that one or whatever the circumstance may be. I'm not just saying, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and go here. And then no 2-3 months later I'll be thinking, oh, I knew I should have waited or I should have, you know what I mean? Just I don't know. Y'all know how it is. You know what I mean? This that chapter of my life. Whatever this chapter is, you know what I mean. But it's that chapter. It's that chapter, and I'm so glad that everything else in my life has prepared me for it. Oh, what you saying there, my brother? Received. Definitely received, Eagle. You know, because that's what I truly believe. Because, like I said, I know that my life in this last year has been in a transition. Because there would have been a point in my life where I couldn't have seen the growth or even tried to grow because I would have been too angry, too ashamed, too worried about, oh, people gonna think it must have been because of this. I could care less what people think. I've learned that sometimes you could tell people exactly what's going on, they'll still think something that has nothing to do with what's really going on or what you said or you know what I mean, or what's your part of life. So that's not what I have to worry about. I have to worry about what I'm really doing. Because I know, like everybody else, when you lay your head on your pillow and you think about the things in life, it's not the other things other people did, it's things you didn't do. It's the things you messed up, you did wrong. That's what you think about. And that's not what I think about. I think about the things now I know I'm in such a transition that I think about how great it's gonna be and am I ready? So all the slow motion is the preparation to make sure that when you this time you're ready. You didn't come in at half cocked. You didn't come in it falsely. You didn't come in it to prove something to somebody else. You came in it because this was my mission. I came in it because it was my purpose. I came in it because it was my, you know what I mean? It was in the plan. Everything was in the plan for this. And so I'm definitely, so even when, because every Monday I pay for my room. You know what I mean? And every Monday, like right now, I'm in another hotel because of the whole 28 days. You have to leave for 2 days, but I said, forget it this time. I'm just gonna stay here for a week. It's 2 blocks away from where I was before, but it's a little bit more. And they have a dog fee that's every day. You know what I mean? And on the blessing, because when I just rented it this first time, I came in and I rented it actually to the 18th. You know what I mean? And so when I came in, I rented it. I'm like, this way, this Monday, just right now, that's what I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna sit still. And that's the day before my son's birthday, my youngest son's 23rd birthday. Here's the thing, whether I'm in a mansion where I'm anything, that's my son's birthday. That's, you know what I mean? These things don't change. But once upon a time, that would have had me so down that on his birthday, I would have been giving him my negative energy because I was down, or I would have been around, you know what I mean? Or I would have been thinking about what I couldn't do or taken away from what I had to do to make sure I did the best things that no, that's not real life for me right now. Or in real life, that's just not what it is. Love is embodied, is given, is shown, is proven. You know what I mean? It stands the test of time. It's people, trust me, don't y'all know anybody lost somebody who ain't here, but that love they gave you or the love you feel for them ain't changed. Matter of fact, it grew. Love, please, Paul William. Mm, oh, yeah, it does. Mm. And the blessing is that, hey, flies by, hey, sis, I see you in a while, hey, flies by. But one of the best things when I think about when I think about like even being here, I think about how it was about a year and a half ago or whatever. I remember watching Toxic Diamond while she was living in a hotel, and at one point, I remember how she would be saying like, like trying to act like it wasn't a hotel that she was staying in, and I thought it's so fucked up that I kid you not, this is what I thought back then. So fucked up that we live in a world that right now you could be showing somebody, no matter where I live, at least I got the bread to have a roof over my head. It's just like when people have a car and somebody tells me, I wouldn't drive that good because you don't have to, but it helps me to get from pillar to post. And at least I have something. I don't have to ask anyone. You know what I mean? So that's the least of my worries. And when you think about your worries, there's a hierarchy, and the roof over your head is at the top. Food in your belly. You know what I mean? How you move around. These are very important figures because the rest don't matter if you don't have them. What would it matter if you got a great social life if you ain't got no home or nowhere to go? That you could turn the key, put the key card in, whatever. I don't care how you get in, but you're not breaking in, are you? Even for the people who don't have a home or can't afford to get a place and pay, a couple of $100 a week to stay somewhere, no matter even if it's not, what I'm saying, if it's not the 5-star hotel. Because the 5-star hotel can cost you about 1,000 or so a week. But I'm not staying there just so I can go tell people, hey, even though I'm in a hotel, I'm staying at this $1,000, $2,000 a week hotel. You know what I'm saying? We got jacuzzis and all that. Who give a damn if they got all that? So y'all could be embarrassed. What I need them to have is no bed bugs. That's a must. So if you live there, we living so far in a good place. You know what I mean? Because this is a stop in life, and I ain't never gonna knock it. You know why? Because I'm here, and I never knock nobody here. I don't care if they was here and they was on drugs. I don't care if they was here and they was prostituting. I don't care if they was here and they was what we got homeless on my right now. Because I don't have a home. I got a lease home. So I ain't never gonna knock nobody any because it's the same thing. We in the same place. Once again, remember we talked about that road? We ended up in the same road. Your house could have burned down, whatever. I done heard a bunch of stories. People done stopped by because they came for a concert. It's a bunch of stories, but you know what? I we met up at this road, at this moment, at this, you know what I mean? We met up. Is that my bruh? I was just thinking about you today. What up, bruh? But yeah, so it's nothing to be ashamed of. You don't you count your blessings. You do. You do. Because otherwise, if you don't see how far you got. And that you still even in the fight. You're not counted out. You still there. You fighting. You getting up. You moving on. You still, you know what I mean? That's the victory. That is the victory. And that's the truth. And the moment I started standing on that truth, I kid you not, in telling those same stories that people use to treat me bad or tell me I wouldn't, you telling the same story and people actually heard you. Because I sat in the real truth. So I learned to love me first. I learned that the only thing that people can use against you is what you already got against yourself. The things that people done put in you that now you believe. I had to stop believing them. And see, there's still some things that you be like, oh, I'm still working with it. I'm still a working process. And that's cool. Because every day I'm never going to be perfect. Ever. Ever. And if I ever am, I won't even be here, I'm sure. And it'll be with somebody making of you. Just how people will make you the biggest trash. And you be like, I ain't even did. I made a mistake. I did. And you don't even know the half. You ever had somebody think you was the worst ever for something you thought, wow, that ain't even the worst thing I did. You know what I mean? They just die. You say, dang. I stopped telling you about me because you got your judgment, hat, shoes, and dress on, or hat, shoes, and suit on. You just got on your whole judgment party. Yeah. 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 Because most of the things that people judge people about, there are millions of people going through it, and they looking for the voice. They looking for the place to, they just, come on, that's what I said. There's a kingdom. There's a kingdom. And most kings and queens done been through the war. They done been through the fight. And we the kings and queens that can come together and empower and love and laugh and live. Be alive. be a light. You know what I mean? No perfection over here. No perfection over here, Marianne. You already know. Look, I'm F bombing in here because see, look, we live in a world where if you did this, you must be that imperfect. We all imperfect. We imperfect. And if you think you're perfect, that's imperfect. There's not one of us out here. But you know what? We all are right here loving on each other, laughing with each other, and I'm enjoying it. And I enjoy all of you. I enjoy it. Like I said, I don't have a mind. That's what, even when it's mining, come on, y'all, be honest. We all done been, you could be in a million places, have a million minds, and it's still a hot, you say, what the, they got, there's security everywhere. They got metal detectors at the door. They got security in the bathroom. They got undercovers working, off-duty officers in the building, and it's still a mess. And we come in here and I'm glad we being respectful. And like I said, does that mean it won't? We on now. I, I don't want to borrow no problems. I don't need to. Life got enough. Life got enough. I got a heavy enough burden on my back. I don't need to borrow none. Because for right now, I'm definitely so. I go to sleep definitely really happy tonight because, like I said, my minds, I'm sure, are asleep because it was late and I didn't even say anything because I usually don't go live this late. But we came in here and I wasn't worried. Like I said, I wasn't gonna say nothing. I wasn't gonna say that at first because I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried because everybody wears the crown. They wear the crown, so that just makes me very happy. And it's not because, like I said, it's not where we been. And I ain't saying nobody ain't never did. Now, I did a lot. I'm just saying when we in here, we wear the crown, and we put we put the guns on safety. We put the weapons up, and we come together. And so that's how we win. United, we stand. Divided, we fall. Divided to have you people having you question what you even say, thinking yourself. I don't even know we divided. I don't know. I guess I was wrong. I guess they might think that I was saying it this way. I ain't saying shit like that. But united, United, somebody said, Danny must have been it. And everybody in the room will say it. You'd be like, wait, it sound like they rehearsed it. No, they all knew it. We united. We united. Because like I said, one good thing about freedom of choice is if you don't want to be on no cool shit, no laughing shit, none of that shit right now, like I said, you don't have to come in. You could watch, you could come in, say hello, and then say goodbye. You know what I mean? You can. Because when love in the building, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get love when you come in the building. You don't get love when you come in the building. It's not about how long you've been here. It's not about none of that. I got love for everybody on the crown. Like I said, I do. I do. I got love for you when we weren't even in here. But definitely in here because in here, we came in here. And though I'm doing the StreamYard, I'm the one coming on here, we all are building it. And truthfully, I'm nothing. I can't even monetize without 1,000 subscribers, 4,000. You know what I mean? So meaning that we are all working together, building together, showing together, playing our part together, shining our light together, being a change of change together, building sisterhoods together. I could come on here all day and tell y'all how I want to build sisterhoods and not build one with one of y'all. Or I could come out here and act one way with one, and then I'm acting one way with another, but then telling y'all I want to treat everybody equal. Well, I got to show it. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to see if they said that only this formula worked. Well, I'm going to prove that I can work. I can use another formula and it'll work. It might not work as fast. And it might not be what some people would do for themselves. But for me, I'm gonna do it just the way I'm doing it. And I'm going to make sure I'm doing it authentically me. And like I said, with any job, anything you gotta do, you gotta put in the work. You gotta put in the work. You know what I'm saying? You gotta bag up, put some action to them words. You gotta, I know, and I can't wait to build and be part of give backs and be part of, you know what I mean? I can't wait to do all of that. But I take it one step at a time. I do. And I don't count my chickens before they hatch. And like I said, these days, I feel like, with life, I'm 42. Even if I live 42 more years, I'll be 84 years old. And that means how much more time do I have to keep being out there? You know what I mean? Where you can move and do these things. So right now, I'm living in my purpose. That's all I want to do. Is live in my purpose. I want to make sure that I'm doing things that count. All through my life, I've done different things that count and were part, but then I just stray away, then not do it or not be a part of. But now I want to stay and make that my main focus. And so this channel helps me to not just build where, oh, you want to be a part to help put the guns down, or oh, you want to be a part to help build in communities. Oh, you want to be a part and help building in child care. Oh, you want to be a part in working with people with dialysis. Oh, you want to be, so all these things I want to do, right? That I want to do. And now I'm like, but it's real big to go out and say, you know what? I want to prove that I want to do better, and I want to show better and act better and do it through love than to come on the freaking internet where it is truly the devil's playground. You ain't even got to be religious to know that that just means it is the demons, the dark, the the hurt, the angry, the sad, the alone, the sick. So it take a lot because it could be draining. So I gotta build it with love, cause you sure gonna need it when everything gonna be fighting to make you want to go just the same way that you swear and don't work for you. Remember, when you out here in anything, you're not doing nothing for somebody else. You're not gonna change somebody else. Ask, what is it pulling in me, so I can work on that in me. So nobody's ever sitting saying that about me. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. That is what I'm doing. Oh, of course. Oh, it's a jungle. I told you. It's just like when I go to that one train station. I walk in there, and every time I walk in, the first song coming to my head is "Welcome to the Jungle." It gets worse here every day. They say, may not live like animals, but the jungle is where we play. Come on. I say, what? Every time I walk in. And you never know. Mm. And I done lived in some dark places and had great times there. Lived in places where when you hear some people talk about it on the news and stuff, and hung out and have great memories in places where when you're hearing people talk about it on the news, you think if you so much as look out your window, you'll die over there. But I have some of the best memories of my life in some of those places. And they have nothing to do with terrible things. They have all to do with great things and love and everything else. So you can plant flowers in the middle of I don't know about the jungle, but y'all like came with myself. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and it's easy to get it. It's, sometimes you can get on your, because like, it's been times, in this experience, because like I told y'all before this, and I've said this before, like I'm not, even before I even got to here, not because you never know where you're going next. But I told y'all, like, I don't like hotels. I don't stay at hotels. I mean, back in the day, we used to have like little hotel, little get backs, crimes was basically committed in there. I mean, like literally people bagged up, all kind of stuff like that went on in hotels. You got up with people because you get rooms, you know what I mean? You wasn't at your parents' crib getting it in, so you got like that was hotels to me. But like I don't like hotel. I didn't like hotels like that. You know what I mean? And then no joke, and this ain't on nothing else, but like after Kanika Jeans, like I really was off the hotels and just one, and like how nobody seemed to care. And I thought about how many people probably not to her extent what happened to her, but pass and stuff in hotels, and it bothered me so. But you never know where you end up. And what I've learned in here is you have all different kind of walks of life, but one of the hardest things is being one of the people who are in here is sometimes people will think because you are in a hotel and something like that, you're less than something. But I can be all of everything. But if you're just choosing to use my circumstance, as you know what I mean? But when you think about like I've been in a hotel almost 3 months and I probably spent just on rooms alone about 3 grand. Like more than that, and I'm just being nice. You get what I'm saying? Like for somebody to think like that make you less than something. Because y'all, anybody who thinks like that thinks with money on their mind. So if you just do math, then would I be less if we were just adding dollars, or am I less because you know what I mean? First of all, the truth of the matter is if you're renting, you're renting. You know what I mean? Something's not yours, and you just the difference is you bring your own furniture in it. Like it's still not yours. So you never knock somebody. If I lived in the shoe, if I was happy, just be happy that I'm happy with my circumstances, but not staying in my circumstances. I'm not saying, oh yeah, I'm so happy in these hotels, girl. I'm gonna be here forever. No, I'm gonna be here as long as I have to be. That's it. That's it. And if I try to change that plan, then everything's gonna lead me back to whatever place it has to put me at to get me to where till I learn it myself or do it the right way. So that's all I'm trying to do with everything in my life right now is trying to do it the right way for me, not the right way in the standards of everybody else. For me, that's why what I never say is what makes you normal. What's normal? Normal to who? Because what's normal to me might be crazy to everybody else. It might be insane. She off the rock or she on planet. You know what I mean? Who decided what's normal and what made them decide it? Because I need to know if I'm even in that same ballpark or situation because they decided what normal was. Who decided? Who decided? That's not normal. But by being nice, he was over there getting some good sleep. Because I know what he probably saying is, I can't believe we still just up. Because normally if we were up, we'd be like laying down watching a movie. Or laying down, I'm listening to something, he just sleep. But I know you're like, she just a talking. She wide awake. He said she's throwing my perception of time off. Oh yeah. I want to go on a cruise because like waters don't bother me. I mean, I get motion sickness in cars and stuff, so I would still take a Dramamine. But the only thing about a cruise that worries me is making that claustrophobic feeling to me because I can't, we can't like get off and walk. And I guess it should be big enough that I feel like I'm off. But I know I'm not because we're on the water. So it's something that I feel like after a few days that I'm gonna start getting kind of on the anxious side. And like I said, what I've learned is even when you tell people and you think everybody else gonna know, you must know your triggers. You must know what you can and can't do. That's why I tell people, even if we go on a trip, if we had an Airbnb, I'll come there, kick it, everything else. I might stay the night with everybody one night. But I have to have my own space because I know me. By knowing me, I know that some days when I get up, I have to move. When I say at my pace, it won't be in slow motion. It won't be some late, sluggy day. It'll just be I have to move at my pace. I might get up and my eye is bad. So when I got up, I'm moving it, you know what I mean? And I might get up, or you know what I mean? So that's what it is. I might get up and my appetite when I first get up is off. So you know what I mean? I have to get up early so I can make sure if we having breakfast together at 7, myself can just eat. Because otherwise I can go there, and have fun, but I'm really not gonna eat my food. I'm gonna probably take it up and eat it later. And it's not because I don't want to eat in front of everybody, but once again, because when you're around people, they always assume and they know, even if you tell them, like, oh, I've had a few stomach surgeries. So even with my digestive, sometimes it can be off. So when you see me eating something, even if you see me posting food or whatever, because or if I'm eating, that's when I could eat. Because sometimes I could just be ready to eat, but I mean, hungry to eat, but not ready to eat. Like, I just can't sit here and eat this food right now. So I learned that when you have to explain yourself a lot, it makes you feel like something's wrong with you. Because when something's wrong, you're always explaining. And so I, I don't like that feeling. And so I don't do it to people either. I just, when people tell me, like, oh, I eat this at this time because I'm like, you don't have to explain all that. Because they don't. I just want to know they eat. That's what you should want to know. When you love somebody, you want to know they eat. Are they happy? Do they feel safe? Do they feel the love? Do they know they loved? That's it. That's it. I'm not thinking about the rest. And I'm not out there putting negative energy on nobody because I'm tired of people that put it on me. I don't know about y'all. I'm tired of the people that put it on you. You know what I'm saying? Some people been cursing you since you like, dang, you was cursing me before I even knew what to do with anything. Hmm. Yep, I will. And then this point will hit me where not only do I want to eat it, I'm gonna eat it all. But if I just tried to eat when I'm not ready, then I'm gonna end up eating little pieces of it. Being like, like I'm trying to be finicky or something. No, it's how my appetite works. It does. And for me, like I said, when we talk marijuana, recreational, or medicinal, sometimes it's what wakes up my stomach too to eat. Well, my appetite. Oh yeah, I'd have to have a balcony because I'd have to just be able to go out. I'd have to. Well, guys, I'm gonna get ready to wrap it on up so I can take my bubs on outside for the last time for the evening. But I am so glad to have talked to y'all all tonight. Thank you for coming through. Eagles, come through again. You've come through before. Come through whenever you can. I really enjoyed you. And like I said, I love when the Kings are in the building. I love when the men are present. I'm sure that everybody, all of us, whether it's an uncle, a cousin, a boyfriend, a husband, we have kings in our lives. But you got to know that the other kings are out there. So I love when the kings come in the building because there's a kingdom. So when the men come in, the kings come in the building. And when they come in the building, I always love that. It flies by. Hey, see us. How you doing? I love you. So I'm so happy to see you. And I was happy to see everybody. Thank you, VT, for coming through and swinging on in on me, sis. Enjoying me. The other day, wait, you did a live and you were doing like I came on it and I kid you not, it reminded me of the sounds of the like ocean or the rain that I listen to like at night when I just don't want to watch TV or something. I listen to sounds of that, like sounds of the ocean, sounds of nature. And I was like, oh girl, you about to put me in my that tranquility, that place of peace of me. What I can't think of what it was. Oh man. And Grace J, Marianne, everybody, thank you for coming through. Thank you for wearing a crown. Thank you for respecting and loving on each other. You know, especially on a Sunday night, we get ready to tackle a new week. I love for us to come together and give love because I mean we made it through last week. Hey, no matter what it was, we made it through it. You know, we made it through it. So I'm glad we came in here and showed some love. Oh, how could I not? I put it in my community wall, but in case you didn't. But because we all are the kings and the queens, we all got to send love to each other, encourage each other, empower each other. Dana lost her grandmother, so let's keep her family in our prayers and keep her lifted up in good thoughts. Whatever it is you do, good vibes, send them out. Send them out to each other. Also, keep Emma Lou in her prayers. Right now, her family is going through some things, so please keep her lifted up in your prayers and let's pray for each other. Listen, like healing vibes out to anybody who is going through, who is sick, my eye, my tooth, whatever we all are going through, just love on each other for real. So it's that end of the week. I want to send that. So tonight, before we go to bed, hopefully this puts something good and happy in us so we can go to bed in peace. Because I tell y'all, that's how I like to do it. I like to get on something good, watch something good, something that makes me think into something about anything before I go to bed. Anything but negativity. So hopefully that's what we had tonight because that's what the Pajama Jammy Jam is all about going into that Monday because we never know what tomorrow going to bring. So on a Sunday night going into a new week, we trying to bring it in with some love and some laughter. Something. Some tips. Tell me something. Tell me, do you light some candles? How do you go to sleep at night? How do you rest? Because that's what we want to give each other. Something. How do you relax? What do you know? So all love. Dorit, please keep her in prayers. What's going on with my sister Rita? I haven't seen her in a while. Yes, I'll definitely keep her in our prayers. Thanks for letting us know. We definitely lift her up. Send her my love. But yeah, I haven't seen my Dorit in a while. Send them my love, definitely. But yeah, that's to everybody. So, and thanks to anybody who stopped through, even if they didn't come on in and give a chat. Thanks for stopping through. Thanks for watching. If you're part of the replay squad, thanks for watching. Thanks for giving love. And I hope everybody has a good night. I mean, we at midnight. Some people say it's the next day. No, it's still Sunday night to me. It's still Sunday night. It's tomorrow when I wake up. But you know what? The reality is we made it. We made it to Monday. We made it to Monday no matter what. We made it to Monday. We made it to another one. We was counting. We was counting. I mean, hey, that made no matter what we did yesterday, we could make it better. I could make it, you know what I'm saying? It could be a little better. I could make it a little right. I could fix something or work on something or try something. I could do something. I'm here. I'm here. I know that's right. Oh, because you at work. I know that's right, sis. And you know what? To anybody, flies, I'm telling you, I think about you in them pancakes. But to anybody who works in the hotels, I mean, like I said, some people I met in here have been super nice. I mean, just in this whole process, super nice people, super cool people. You know what I mean? And even if some people in here, like at the other hotel that I'm usually at, uh, the housekeeping. The wife barely even speak English, but great people and hardworking. And all I think is how, you know, when I see her and she'll say, oh, we got 10 more rooms and I'm so tired or whatever, we're almost done. I just think I can't wait till she's able to rest, but still enjoy it. Enjoy the day. Enjoy whatever. And even if that's what she want to do forever, I hope she enjoys it. You know what I mean? Just you got to look at things different, but I appreciate them. You have to appreciate the whole team. But I've always been the type that respect the janitor just like the CEO. So I'm always knowing that without that janitor, these offices and this shit would be nasty. Garbage would be everywhere. So we all work as a team. We all doing a job. We all play a part. So, you know, and it's humbling. You know, like I said, it's humbling. Cause I'm the type who could be like, even if I spend $18,000 a week for a hotel, I'd be like, I'm still just not in my own place. And the funny thing is, I could start renting, and when I get in a place, and I'm thinking about how I need to get in my own place where I have my own property. You know what I mean? So, because I'm always about, so you're always gonna be, but I'm still gonna enjoy. I'm gonna enjoy the flowers while I'm there. I'm gonna enjoy the view. So while I'm here, I'm not gonna think about where I should be. I'm gonna think about where I am, where I'm going, and where I came from. And that's it. That's it. It's that simple. It's that simple. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and take him because this is our short one. So we outside for like 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna bring him on back in. Oh, thanks, Wise. Oh, every every walk of life, like I said, and that's why I had to tell myself, don't you dare call somebody like this old whatever, anything. I had to even check myself on some things you normally do. Cause I said to myself at the end of the night, we all in the same place. But the difference will be how I treat, you know what I'm saying? So I treat everybody from that person to the staff to housekeeping, it'll just be different. It'll be different. And so that's it, because the only person I'm responsible for is me. It's for me. And I got children, and I've even learned that. You know, I've even learned that. But all right, guys, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to get on out of here, because like I said, I always know when they get this close. He on my feet. This is where he's sitting right now on the floor. That he's letting me know. Y'all already know how he is. But all right, guys, love you, and I'll talk to you later. Everybody have a good night. See you tomorrow. Love you, Grace. Love you, Flies By. Love you, Mary Ann. Love you, Eagles. Love everybody who's in the building. I hope I didn't miss anybody. VT, love you, sis. Yes, love you, Grace. Yeah, I said everybody. I just want to make sure I didn't miss nobody. Because nothing worse when later I'm watching it and then I look and I say, "Oh my God, you just said something to everybody and you missed." Look, and I just see somebody else like, "Hey, and you missed Marianne." No, I don't want her to think I didn't love her. I don't know. Nobody want to be left out. Counted out or picked last. We picked at the same time. No order. I'm the type that'll say, hey, this is to everybody with no order. Just this is to everybody. It's all love. Look at me. I'm that auntie can't get off the phone. And the next thing I know, he gonna be standing at the door, like one of those commercials for 7 cents a day. You can walk this dog. That's how you gonna be looking if I don't if I don't hurry up and take you out. All right, guys, love you. Good night, and see you tomorrow. And love you, Marianne. Look, not Marianne. Emma Lou and Susan, even though you guys aren't here, they're here. Because we could feel them. I could feel them like they were here. I almost said their name several times too. When I was like, wait a minute, they're not here. And I know. But all right, guys, I'm out. Good night. All right.